Good evening, everyone. And I very much will be holding the refrain we heard earlier. It is something we have to affirm and state that Artsakh lives. And I'm grateful that will be with me beyond tonight. 5 months ago, just 5 months into being a member of Congress, I joined you to affirm 3 fundamental truths. Truths that are even more apparent on this day, on this solemn day of remembrance. 1, the freedom-loving people of Armenia deserve to live in peace and security, safe from the existential threats they face on their borders. 2, the region of Nagorno-Karabakh is the ancestral home of the Armenian people, Artsakh. And 3, we cannot and we will not be silent in the aftermath of Azerbaijan's brutal campaign of ethnic cleansing in Artsakh. Our dedication to human rights is ironclad. That's what everybody here in this room stands for. And tonight, we denounce the destabilizing threat that President Aliyev poses to the region. We stand in solidarity with the journalists who have been threatened, the citizens who have been silenced, and we acknowledge the men, women, and children who have been forced to flee the only homes they've ever known. Know that I am your ally as we advocate for the Armenian people. I'm grateful to be a member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee and the Congressional Caucus on Armenia. I support efforts to strengthen the bilateral ties between our two nations. Most importantly, I support this vibrant organization, the ANC, that moves mountains in Congress as the representative of a proud Armenian-American population in Rhode Island. And I see a lot of Rhode Islanders in here, so I just want to shout them out. Go Rhode Island. I'm told the biggest delegation here today. Smallest state, biggest delegation. And many of you know that the very first piece of legislation that I had the privilege of co-leading with another great member of Congress who you'll hear from soon, ranking member Frank Pallone, was the Bipartisan Armenian Protection Act. And this legislation sends a clear message that the United States will not stand by as Armenia faces unprovoked attacks from its neighbor. But we know that this alone is not enough. We have legislation, we have calls to action, but to live up to our commitments as defenders of human rights and promoters of democracy, we have to hold Azerbaijan accountable for its actions in Artsakh. We have the capacity to do this even more through another piece of legislation from our colleague Adam Schiff through the Artsakh Revenue Recovery Act. And so I'm proud to co-sponsor this bill as well because Armenian refugees deserve to be made whole, and the government of Azerbaijan is responsible for their suffering. So, in conclusion, as we continue our work, you have my word that I will remain a steadfast defender of Armenia, a partner of yours, working hand in glove as we advocate for peace. So thank you for the honor of getting to work with you on this important issue, and we will keep going until we have the justice that is deserved